Someone would need to change their work plans. Someone. If only the person making that declaration was a gifted alchemist. Imagine the one man in the Technic League who happened to be perfectly suited to take over Helbroth's work actually doing it. It would always be too perfect. But of course, Osmond's special boy would never help his peers, and none of the other captains could possibly be doing anything important, right? Certainly not the woman he reassigns every time he has a shiny new idea. How hard could it be to bottle up some runoff? A trained monkey could do it. I don't see why it has to be one of us at all. We could program a gearsman to do the job, or one of those medical robots, or an apprentice. Surely Helbroth had one employee who knew what was going on. I could check the prisons, or we could put out a call for alchemists. Find a half-trained chump looking to make some money and rope them into the job until we find a more permanent solution. Or Nalki could handle it. I mean, the fluids are essentially a medicine if you think about it. Except she'll throw a tantrum and go running to Gartone, and he'll conveniently remember that I was going to take care of it and forget that I never agreed to anything of the sort. I'm going to get stuck being a goddamn drug dealer, aren't I? I should just talk to Osmond, explain the situation, show him that Gartone is the only logical choice. Anyone can manage a little spy network. Elias could take over. He's better suited for it anyways. And it doesn't make any sense that Gartone should be so untouchable. He does nothing but fail. But it doesn't matter, does it? Complaining to Zydo is a good way to get killed. Can't even talk to him anymore. This is Pod Against the Machine.
Pod Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play that just hid a space gun under your bed. Seriously, you can check. It's there. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
I'm afraid to go under my bed. Not because of monsters, but because I'm pretty sure there's just, like, cat vomit under there.
And a space gun.
And a space, right, next to
one of those
gun.
is Second Amendment rights.
Mm-hmm. A space gun with
Potato can vomit anywhere they want. That's the Second Amendment of Numeria.
Yeah. That's the Second Amendment we need.
We didn't plant the gun. Why did you use the gun? No one planted the gun.
The gun wasn't planted.
Hello.
What gun?
Hey.
Last week on the program, our heroes continued their journey through the open to the public Palace of Fallen Stars, mostly sticking to the places that they were allowed to go. They explored the second floor, where they ran into a large man with scars all over the right side of his face, talking to a Garundi woman. They were a little bit suspicious, and the party did recognize Gartone by his description, as he's a rather distinctive-looking fellow. A little bit of sneaking around resulted in some spy action, and they managed to catch some of the conversation where Gartone and his companion were talking about how someone is going to have to adjust their responsibilities to start making space drugs for the old Black Sovereign. After that, they finished exploring the second floor and then went on up to the third floor, the main dome, the large banquet hall where the Black Sovereign himself was holding court over a massive party. There was drinking and carousing and eating, and he immediately spotted the outsiders and flagged them down. And he was like, why are you here? And Alwyn announced that they were all tourists. They were Mira, Vlados, and Toby, the tourists. Tarazi notably did not come out into the hall. He was kind of hanging back, not seen. Very sneaky maneuver. And Kevoth Cool seemed to be amused by the explanation and didn't, try to kill anybody. He just demanded some tributes, because you're going to come to the Sovereign's party. You got to give him a present. It's probably his birthday. Might be his birthday every day. So they managed to, after some consternation, come up with a decent package of presents to leave in the pile that he keeps by his throne, and hung out just for a little while, talking and enjoying the atmosphere before they decided to bail and do a reverse heist, wherein they hid the expended Cortex gun somewhere in the palace in order to draw the ire of the Technic League and sort of point it where they wanted it to point. They wound up stashing it in a room full of hill giants with their beds and things. It looks like they're kind of where all the hill giants live that they had earlier seen Gartone go into. Brixby and Kira went in invisibly. Brixby snuck on over, stashed it under a hill giant's bed, reconnected with Kira. Then they popped out, met up with the rest of the group, and walked out of the Palace of Fallen Stars. And that's where we are now.
You forgot the part that since it was keyed to strength, where we used a Sharpie to draw abs on one of the giants and make them look a little bit more ripped before we left.
Forgot about that.
That's really the
that was a good
26
move,
inch.
honestly.
Yeah. Ranged ledger demand.
So we're gonna head back to the
To Mockery? Sorry.
Are we gonna go there? What time of the day is it now? Like, how long were we in the palace?
And I imagine that took the better part of the day. I mean, it's a big place. You were wandering around there quite a bit. So it can be late afternoon into evening. You can adjust as needed.
I didn't know. Do we have anything we need to do back at Mockery, or do we just want to go straight on to the bar?
I did think that we were discussing the best way to disseminate the information.
Oh, yeah.
And,
someone that I totally remember because no time has passed suggested the Baron as a good one, since he's going to be upset that he lost it, and we think he might be a loudmouth and spread the false info.
Absolutely.
It was either you, Zach, or Jeff.
I think it was Zach, but I didn't want to say Zach
Same
in case I made somebody else upset because it was them. And
I mean, yeah, no, I always forget. Misattributions would never make me unhappy. It was the collective us, but I think, yeah, it was Bricks. So, that said, I think we were going to ask Mockery if he had any ideas on how to do that, if there was a way that we could, broker the information as a, I'm sure the Baron would love to hear about this. I think, does anybody remember a better or a different approach we were talking about?
the only other thing I remember us saying was potentially asking Mockery if they knew of how people in this town that are like this town's version of Sandvilles would contact the League to give them info anonymously.
Oh, yeah. But it almost feels like if we give it to the Baron, that will get to the League through the Baron, since they already, and the Baron's people were already slayed by the League. So.
Mm-hmm. And I think giving it to a third party like that is going to be better because we run the risk, like, we're basically trying to frame Gartone more than any other specific person. And we run the risk of, like, because we know from, like, when Furcus got kicked out and, like, the stuff we've heard from other things with, like, them killing each other for leadership, that there are definitely, like, factions and cliques within the League. And we run the risk if we go to a member of them being somebody that's in good with Gartone and them just burying it. So it's better to give it to a third party that's going to spread it anyway.
I like that. I'm down.
So we do that.
So like the gang starts a gang war. Like intro slide comes up and
God, it's funny. I just recently reread the Mistborn trilogy, and like the entire first book is basically this, just them wrecking nobles and framing them for the start of war.
So how do we plan to do this?
Well,
What do? Yeah. Do we want to go back to Mockery then and ask him if he knows the best way to find the Baron?
yeah, or get the info to the Baron or something like
Or
that.
get the info to him? Yeah. Tell it to someone that would tell it to him.
I'm just gonna throw this out. This may be like so wild, but if we were really, really paranoid, somebody could like go into a bar, kind of like drink with a shady person and be like, I have the best piece of information that I'm going to get a lot of money for, and then just kind of send a patsy out to do that. But Brixby probably wouldn't suggest that as like a recently goodified character, I think.
And with the Hat's a Disguise, like, you can make yourself look like someone just for that meeting and then not even have to worry about them coming to find you as the informant. Like,
That's true, but if I was the Baron, I would be like, rip these MFs out, and by that I mean my eyes, and put in some like anti-invisibility situation. If an invisible person robbed the heck out of you, I'm pretty sure you would forever just be true sight.
oh yeah, that wouldn't stop. Oh, I guess True Sight would. Yeah, I was going to say, like, see invisibility wouldn't stop a hat. But yeah, if they got, like, True Sight eyes. But he doesn't have the money for that. We robbed him.
That is a fair aside. So I guess back to mockeries.
sounds good.
So,
All right, Starwipe back to the Mockery. You all know the way by now. And he's, working away down in his headquarters, having quiet, hushed conversations with people and, all that good stuff.
Rossi's dog is here with him.
Yeah, of course. The dog just magically reappears, and so does Cassandra weirdly every time you come down here. It's a spawning glitch. I don't know. Mockery says, hello again.
We have a question. If we wanted to, in a skullduggerous way, seed information to the Baron about an item that may have been recently stolen by him, or stolen from him, and could possibly be found in the hands of the Technic League. By what means, channels or snitches and rats, would you encourage us to do that by?
Thinks about that one. Not sure if the Baron is running any sort of a intelligence operation around the city. I imagine he has some agents on at large looking for the people who robbed him in the first place. But I suppose you could pay him a visit. You have all manner of disguises at the ready. He's probably holed up in his manor up in Sovereign's Reach on the north side.
Thank you.
Gang, how do we feel about going and poking the hornet's nest? Either collectively, or maybe even just like a high charisma character Pilaf team, or
I think we should poke the hornet's nest for like another 6 to 8 hours, Sam. How many hours would you say we need to poke
Like
hornet's
until
nest?
it's fight night. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking the question. It's very
until
simple.
the one bicep is really big, but the other bicep is still like, I mean, fantastic, but noticeably a lesser bicep. So they're waiting for the other +1.
Well, I mean, that's a full-on day away.
A day?
Yeah, it was 24 hours for the first point, which is what you're getting this evening, and then 24 hours
this
from
evening.
that is the second point.
Oh, okay.
That's
dang,
tomorrow
okay.
world.
That's a real bummer. Then I guess we're going to have to kick that hornet's nest for 24 hours. I'm sure the hornets won't mind.
I mean, I've been kind of enjoying like doing little breakouts, peel-offs.
Key stuff. Yeah.
Like,
What haven't we done yet? We haven't done Tarazi and Kira and Brix and Alwyn, I don't think.
I think so. Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
that is
Brix and
right.
Alwyn are going to.
I mean, I think that is probably the safest, just because the
Yeah.
magic that we have available could get us out quicker. Not like either of y'all couldn't fight, but I mean, at the same time, similarly, do you have
You're
Dimension
real
Door?
squishy.
I do not have Dimension Door. Do not have any teleportation magic.
I just have to make you scrolls of teleportation magic. This is something we should be doing in the downtime. I'm gonna write that down real quick.
My main getaway stuff, I have I fly, I have invisibility, I have freedom of movement, which is technically like an escape spell, but not that kind of escape spell.
We could all go, or perhaps, maybe, if you did want to wait a night before you made your debut, you could just go and watch. Do you? Possibly. I mean, I don't want to make a suggestion. Like, if maybe you have other things you want to do in the city, but we could even join you there, depending on how long it takes us.
Maybe I could go and scope ahead and see how people good are they at fighting.
And what
Yes,
snacks
I-
they sell. Sorry.
No, it's an important interruption. I would be happy to observe the fights as well. I certainly wouldn't want all four of us to visit the Baron, even if we are different in appearance. 4 adventurers, 1 missing item. He might be more suspicious.
And Kira, on hearing this, goes, Marshall besties, and goes to give Tarazi a high five, but then kind of curves it around and does one of those like under high fives, you know? That are reserved for cool people.
Yeah,
You don't do the
They still do the Predator handshake, but it's
Schwarzenegger
upside
Carl
down.
Weathers thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's freakier
Yeah.
because it's inverted.
That's better. Dang it.
no, we do both. I think Tarazi's doesn't expect it because he sees you go up and then you go around, but he catches up just
Yeah.
quickly enough.
He's a marshal. That's what they do. That's what we do.
Marshals just inherently know the cool high five.
All the high fives. In my head, it was the one from The Parent Trap, the 1999 one. I think it's 1990, maybe 1997, with Lindsay Lohan. And they do the thing.
Yeah.
But that felt...
No, I knew exactly which one you meant.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap. I'm sorry. I only know the Haley Mills one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's her and who the
Her
heck
and
were the
her.
parents? They were somebody. Well, no, I know she played both the kids, but the parents were like people
Oh,
too.
she actually plays every character in the movie. It's like it's like the Nutty Professor type thing.
Dennis Quaid was one of them.
Yes, he was. And by Nutty Professor, you mean the Disney movie from the 60s where he invents flubber, correct? Mm-hmm. That's the only Nutty Professor I know.
Okay, so half of us are going to the Baron, half of us are going to watch fights.
Crime Wizards
Yes.
Roadhouse.
Tarnished Tooth.
All right, which one are we doing first? Any volunteers?
I see 2 volunteers.
I don't see
Sure.
the camera right now.
I mean, we're not neither. I mean, Jerome might be arguably.
No, I wasn't on purpose.
I was going.
And it doesn't matter if I do it anyway because both the people on the other team beat me to it.
I have a
Yeah, so I guess it's Alwyn and Briggs.
yes. So maybe on the way there we're discussing tack.
I'm thinking, what if we, like, look like we came from the armpit district, essentially, made ourselves a bit more wanting, and maybe look like we're just trying to peddle information for petty coin. I find the whole logical razor of the most simple explanation is usually a good way to explain away a bit more subtle machination. That's just normal greed. So, that was my thought.
Oh. So then we just tell him we heard he lost the gun and we have information for it, but he's got to pay us for that?
Which one of us could look like we're like my cousin is a giant who works at the palace, and he saw.
I mean, we can make ourselves look like we're Kellids with the hats of disguise. And just say, we don't have to say where we heard the information. I guess if he asks, we probably should have a story, and we could say, like, we have family that are in the palace, that are guards.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because we could even make ourselves look similar. Like, we can say we're brothers and we have other family that works in the palace.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
they heard Gartone had something that looks like what he lost. Like, if we're vague about it.
but we didn't see. Like, that's the thing, right? Did anybody? Did I mean? I guess people were wandering in and out of that a little bit prior to
Yeah,
us. Was he showing the gun off at that time though? I thought you said he was trying to hold it back for like.
Yeah, he had the
Didn't we
gun
convince him?
under wraps, and like people knew he had
Oh,
something
so people
big.
didn't know that's... Yeah.
But I mean, the whole
Maybe we
robbery
just
was
say
quite
we
a
heard
scene.
Gartone. Yeah. Maybe we just say we heard Gartone picked up new tech and that he lost tech, and we don't say what it is. Like, we didn't hear what it is, but we heard he got something new and he was excited to use it.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, something along those lines. I mean, we could even go as far as what was the tech? Did we get the Technic League agent who showed up? His name, the one with
Elias?
the fencers, Elias.
You
What
would
if?
have probably
Yeah,
heard,
Elias.
because while you were invisible and we were escaping, like, oh, grandpa, Elias.
Yeah, he said Elias's name while Brixby was in there.
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
there is the. We overheard Gartone saying Elias couldn't get the job done, so I did. Something along those lines. Something that it's like, you know,
Yeah.
why use 6 guards when you can use 1 crime rat? Or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. We just say we heard Gartone bragging about, like, getting a piece of tech that Elias was supposed to get. And then we put 2 and 2 together with hearing about him having the confrontation with Elias, because I'm assuming that, considering, like, we left right as they were pulling swords on each other and then suddenly all of his guards were dead, that's what.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to look messed up. I'm going to, like, roll around a little bit on the ground on my way there. Like a dust bath, like a chinchilla.
And I think Alwyn's gonna try to make himself look vaguely like maybe like one of the guards that he saw when we were in there when we were talking to that one guard captain. Like, 'cause I know the hat disguise can't make you look exactly like someone, but he's gonna try to make himself look similar to one of them, like the kind of thing that someone might go like, oh yeah, no, that guy looks vaguely familiar type thing.
I'm gonna make my hat of disguise make me look like a down on my luck halfling. With like a hat that has like the top punched out a little bit, and he's wearing the like hand spats, whatever those are. And he's just constantly like got one eye closed.
And the hat is totally a bowler hat now.
Yep, 100%.
Of course,
With like one of those frayed patches in it.
has to be. Well, and
Looking like that, we will approach his
and your new digs,
Little
you
house here.
make your way to the northernmost reaches of Starfall, the oldest portion of the city that wraps around on the northeastern side of the Silver Mountain, where the smog is decidedly less horrifying. And, it's just easier to breathe. The houses are less dense, and the streets are, like carefully laid out instead of a haphazard mishmash of just throwing up wherever was convenient at any given time. The houses here are more impressive, often multiple stories, and they're not done up like a fancy house in like Taldor would be, where it's like a manor house. It's still very Khalid styling, but they are at least like they're stone houses, and they have like actual nice glass windows and everything, as opposed to the wooden collapsing kind of houses you find in the murder box. And it's not hard to find your way to Drun's actual manor, because there aren't all that many particularly wealthy families that have places in the city. You find it kind of in the shadow of this tower that is at the very end of the city, like right inside the city wall, that looms over everything. It's taller than anything in the city that isn't up on the hill with the palace. And Drun's manor is relatively modest looking. It's just like a rectangular 2-story house. Looks like he's got some nice kind of polished ground, so somebody's doing the landscaping required to keep grass green in a wasteland like Starfall. I don't know. That's where you are now.
Let's see. We do not have telepathic bond right now, so I'm going to, just to be safe, I think before, if you don't mind, if we could just retcon before we break. Brixby's going to cast telepathic bond via Mage's Lucubration on the party, so we can just have another 2 hours of...
And is that low enough to use the rod on?
Unfortunately, it is not. It is not.
Darn.
It's a level 5 spell. So, allows me to... It's just within where I can lucubrate, but not much else. So yeah, we have that chat ability, and Brixby's just going to say, if anything goes wrong with us, I'm going to teleport us out straight back to Mulcahy's. Just to letting you know what our plan is. Alright. Brixby's going to adjust the cartoon fishbone that he has in his front pocket as a pocket square, and kind of limp up to the door. Come along.
Coming.
Brixby raps on the door, the back of his knuckles, and not hard, but he just keeps going, like he doesn't know when to stop. Hello.
After a few seconds, like a slot in the door, one of those wooden kind of windows slides open, and a set of eyes looks out, looks right over Brixby's head, sees Alwyn, and the guy on the other side says, "Can I help you?"
Down here. Brixby slurps a little bit and squints. Down here.
Tad can't she? And this is my associate, Todd. We have a bit of information for your boss, and we were wondering if we could bend his ear just a bit.
And he says, and what is the nature of this information that it might interest the Baron?
Shum looks around, like a very exaggerated kind of glance left and right.
Some missing property.
Squints.
He says, one moment, slides the little window back, and then you can hear footsteps through the door, and, nothing for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then you hear a lock in the door undo, and why isn't, there we go. And then the heavy door itself pulls open, and one of these uniformed bodyguards opens it up and steps to the side and says, this way. The Baron will see you now. Don't scuff up the carpet there.
Sorry about that. I'm still adjusting to the air up here. I feel lightheaded. I'm not used to this much oxygen.
You can see another of these bodyguards is sort of down the hall, and he steps up just to kind of make it clear that you won't be going past him. And then the other bodyguard who let you in comes around behind you and says, on your right there.
There's no fishing in Pathfinder. It just pushes me through the door.
We immediately steal the new earring he clearly has, since it's still on his token.
Opening the door on the right reveals a kind of sitting room. He's got two plush leather chairs, one of which the Baron, a decidedly dejected-looking Baron, is slumped into, holding in one hand like one of those glasses of whiskey like you always see a brooding rich person have in a movie, and in the other hand,
snifter.
In the other hand, he's got a tech pistol, which is immediately leveled at you as you enter the room. His feet are on a bearskin rug. There's a roaring fire on the other side of the room. And the Baron says, welcome, my friends. Come in, come in. He keeps the pistol aimed at the first of you to walk through the door. And there is no smile on his face despite his words. And he says, what is this I hear about stolen property?
Estimable Baron, we're just a couple of enterprising business individuals.
This voice is a little hard to do. Sorry.
Enterprising business individuals. And we came across some information too sweet to hold to ourselves, and out of respect and again esteem for you, the Baron, we wanted to bring this information to you.
And he says, well, here I am. What is your information? And his eyes sort of flash over your shoulder and just kind of to eye check the bodyguards standing right outside the room.
No, they call me Tad can't she, but I can she despite the epithet, and I see you looking with... Now, I just want you to give Todd a second here, because young enterprising Todd, he was standing for his guard shift at the estimable palace, and he overheard something so... Well, like I said, sweet bit of information. See,
Gets real close as he says that, leans forward.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Baron. So, like he said, I work at the palace, and well, I heard a couple of the Technic League agents. One of them was this big guy with scars all over his face, and the other one was this lady. She looked like she might have been Gurundi, and the big guy with scars was bragging about how he stole something under someone named Elias's nose, and how he couldn't wait to show it to him. And he mentioned your name, sir. And so, well, I mentioned it to... What was Brixby's fake name again?
Tad.
Right, Tad and Todd. So I mentioned it to Tad when I was out drinking, and he said that you had some kind of disturbance at one of the night markets. So we thought maybe this man with the scars is the one that caused the disturbance, and maybe you might be interested in maybe giving us some coin or something for giving you this information out of the kindness of our hearts.
You see, when I got some of this information, I saw the commotion. I've been doing something. I've been working with Broth McGroth, where I buy all the flay leaf that I see on the streets so no kids can get it. And we need funds for our enterprise and business.
Okay, so
Buying the drugs before kids can.
I'm definitely gonna need a bluff check on this whole cockamamie story of overheard conversations and drug interception rings.
May your new characters be officially named Tad and Todd.
Oh, Ted is the third brother. He's not here.
Oh no!
Well, but that's enough to
To aid, I know.
because are you just
but I didn't
aiding?
state that I aided. We just kind of rolled separately. So I mean,
Yeah.
I
Assume since I was the one that told the main story.
and I am
Though you do
clearly
have a
an
much
enterprising
higher-
drug addict. So I mean, there really is no trust that Tad can't see could necessarily draw upon there. But it is a 26, but it is certainly a failure on my part.
Now, see, mine was a 13 on the die, but that's still only 1 point higher than that 26 with a 27 total because I only have a plus 14. But I don't know which of us was the main one. I think that's up to Sam to decide who was the main and who was the aide, since we didn't call it.
Well, either way, we're talking about a 28 or a 29.
Yeah. Though technically the 28 would have been a 1 on the die.
Yeah, on skill checks, so one's not an auto fail though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
guess that's
Yeah.
true.
The Baron kind of narrows his eyes, and he takes his whiskey glass and kind of throws the whole thing back in one swallow, and then plops it down on the little table next to him. With the whole time he's got his gun on Alwyn, just because he looks like the big Kella dude as opposed to the little squinty halfling flayleaf addict. And he...
Activist.
Sure, activist. And he says, well, that's an interesting story to bring into my home. An interesting story to give away for free out of the kindness of your hearts. And
Actually, we were hoping you'd pay us for it.
I heard that part. Funny that you said what you wanted to say before you asked for a dime. That's not a negotiation tactic I personally would have utilized, but then again, I'm a guy who gets robbed in the streets, right?
It's more that we understand the natural, inequity. Even the two of us sitting on the great scales of life don't even begin to lift you from your exalted position at the bottom of the bottom top of the scales of life, you see. It's good to be... Anyway, listen, we understand that we're in a disadvantaged position, and as businessmen, gotta play your strengths. For me, it's my looks.
And you bring me this story that the, let's say, third most powerful man in all of Numeria is the one who took my property the other day. And you expect me to reward you for quite possibly the worst news I could have gotten. I mean, he already killed expensive, able-bodied bodyguards. I've had to replace them. They already took from me priceless piece of technology. And, what, I'm supposed to act like a fool, go wild, rush into the palace, demand satisfaction from the man with it. He looks around, kind of looks over his bodyguards, a man who may well be listening right now. He holds the gun up, he points it over at Brixby. He says, "That's what you want me to do? You want me to take a shot at Gartone?"
No, I think you understand as a businessman, as I do, with a gun pointed at me by another enterprising business individual, that peace is the best thing for business. Can't spell business without peace.
Can't spell business without peace, eh? He kind of readjusts the gun, like instead of resting it on his leg, he's holding it up straight now and pointing it directly at Brixby. He reaches his other hand into his shirt, grabs hold of something. And he seems to be thinking for a second, and then he pulls out a little handful of something. You can't really see what it is yet, and then chucks it on the floor at Brixby's feet. It is just a little handful, like 2 silver, maybe 4 copper pieces. There's your bounty. Get the hell out of my home.
Did you? Thank you, by the way. Say thank you, Todd.
Thank you, sir.
He's
Sorry, I didn't realize he was that important. I only started working there last week. Sorry for the bad news.
Did you have any play leaf you were planning on throwing away? Or maybe even just giving to kids?
No. Aren't you going to take your payment?
No, I am. I'm currently laying on the ground.
I
Scrooge
assume Brixby
McDucking
was
in my
grappling it up as you were talking.
He is actually making a very sad copper angel with the 4 pieces on the floor. This is the most I've seen. I can rub all 4 of these together in both my hands. It proceeds to making like a terrible noise.
As you're picking them up, he fires the pistol at you. Does a 24 hit your flat-footed touch AC?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
It's 4 electricity damage.
Damn.
Actually, though, yeah, just 4.
What'd you do that for? Drops all the coins.
Oops. You know, accidents happen. Place like
Didn't
this.
realize this was a
Church of Zaphish. Not wearing a hard hat or nothing in here.
Oh, you always got to be careful in the city of Starfall. You never know what's gonna break. He's still got the gun pointed at you.
Okay then. Thank you for the payment. Tad, I think we should go. I think he's not happy.
I understand. It's not good information. It's valuable information, but it's not good information, Todd.
I'll try to hear something better next time. Maybe something that won't be as awful as this.
You do that.
And we'll try to leave.
And he'll let you go. As you walk out of the room, he does fire again at the door jamb above your heads. Not trying to hit anybody, just shooting a little electricity beam.
Man, I am really glad I didn't have a contingency to go off right then. That would have sucked. And then you just see 8 broken winos on the floor. Certainly not me who stole it in the first place. All right.
And the bodyguards let you go, and they close up the door when you leave.
Excellent.
So I have to be honest, I didn't think Captain Gartone was going to be that important of a person, since that doesn't seem like the kind of person they would have put in charge of Torch. So that's kind of my fault that I said I didn't know who he was, but at least the Baron seemed to believe us.
I think, yeah, I mean, regardless, the gun is there. Sure, there is a potential that he could put these disparate pieces together and try to see some machinations. He intimated that at one point, seeming to imply that we were trying to spur his hand. And no. I mean, frankly, I'm hoping that he does what anybody, like businessman in the situation would. He takes this information and he sits on it and he stews. And then later, it makes him make a rash decision. So, there's a chance that this entire gambit falls apart as well. At the same time, I think that there's a little bit of an advantage to the disconnect created by the disproportion of power between Gartone and the Baron. The Baron wouldn't be able to confront Gartone directly, but may complain to Elias, which is what we want. We know he likes power. He's probably going to try to make some influence in this situation. Anywho, but yeah, we can head back to Mockery's. We could stop by the Cake Shack if you want anything from there. They have these...
Good, but you can get cake if you want it.
They have like reverse eclairs, but like the outside is all the cream and then the inside is just a strip of dough. It's in a small pencil-sized tube. It's very hard to eat.
Well,
And then there's probably like a 5-minute scene of us eating that together, like Lady and the Tramp.
slightly singed Brixby and Alwyn.
Yep.
While all this is going on, Kira and Tarazi have gone to the Tarnished Tooth. What do Kira and Tarazi look like this evening?
Dang it. Mute. Well, I think we all know what Kira looks like, or at least those of us who have joined the Discord do. Kira is a, oh gosh, what are they called? Tengu? Is that a bird?
Tengu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bird
Yeah.
person.
Kira's a chicken-adjacent Tengu. She goes by Lightning McFace. Lightning McFace.
Legally
Join the
distinct
Discord.
from Lightning Face.
Lightning Face. There it is.
Known litigious chicken. Lightning Fist.
Well, it's the combination of Lightning Face and Lightning McQueen. So she looks like half chicken person, half race car.
I can't wait to see that fan art.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tarazi looks like one of the guards, but a different guard that Todd looked like. Just sort of a nondescript Kelid.
All right. Well, you already know where the Tarnished Tooth is. It's a pretty large building in the kill box. It's kind of a long building where the front that borders the street is narrower and there's a kind of a neck to it, and then it sort of balloons out into a much larger room, and it seems to be hopping. There's plenty of lights in the windows and lots of looks like there's a bunch of people inside.
And inside of her head, Kira will say, Tarazi, what should I call you?
Well, certainly not Tech McCool, because that awesome name's already taken.
How about
let's see,
Ted
Bram's already
McCool?
taken. Oh, I don't think I should try and pretend to be family to the Black Sovereign. Although Kevin Cool would be definitely distinct from Kevoth. No, it's still a terrible idea. Brad.
Okay,
And
Brad.
You're Lightning McFace?
Lightning McFace, that's me.
It's so much cooler than Brad.
Not Brad with an
panicked.
H, it's not.
Oh my, I don't even know where the H is. I'm sold.
Just throw a little fantasy H right after that B and you're good.
Brad.
Brad. It always sounds like you're out of breath saying his name.
Actually kind of
Bad
hurts to
dreaming.
say.
Just walked up some stairs.
Collapses your trachea as you do it a little bit.
Yeah, I think they'll come, Prod, and they shall abscond, or just go inside.
All right, I've popped you over to the map. The sort of entryway looks like it's kind of a quieter gathering place, and then there's a big oversized door up ahead that leads into the bar proper. It looks like they've intentionally set all the action a little ways back from the street.
I'm trying to decide what approach I want to take, because I really wanted to kick in that door, and I didn't, because I'm mature now. And by I mean Kira. But I do want to get through that door, so we're just going to head there.
Yeah, let's go, Lightning.
Thanks, friend. That voice sounds different-ish from Kira, in that it's also my voice. Oh, shoot, sorry, I didn't mean to click on the door. Knock on the door, knock on the door.
Look out, there's ghosts in there.
All right, nobody answers the door. It's a business. You could just go right in.
Knocking on an Applebee's. I love that idea.
Hello.
Excuse me. People just walk in, but you just look appalled.
They walk in, close the door behind them after giving you a look as you stand at the threshold.
Threshold of the Applebee's.
When you open the door to the Applebee's, you see a pretty huge room beyond. It opens right up into an octagonal, or more sides than 8 shaped room. Like octagon is like the base thing, and then they embellished it some. That is dominated in the center by a ring that is framed by the 4 columns that hold up the ceiling, and then there's ropes strung between the columns, demarking, like you can't go in there, while 2 Kelids are hard at work beating the snot out of each other within the ring, while a modest-sized crowd cheers them on. There's just like a bunch of Kelids and Kelid-adjacent people watching. They've got drinks. They're cheering and playing side games at some of the tables. It looks like a a raucous affair.
Broad, this seems a raucous affair.
Yeah. Sure does, Lightning.
I can't wait for our breakout side episode. It's going to be so fun.
Broad and Lightning are getting a whole spin-off. Are you kidding? Episode 300 in the can.
Main pod canceled. Sorry. The people need more
It's
Broad
all
and Lightning.
Broad and Lightning.
Oh, it's Lightning Broad.
This is how it all falls apart.
Oh.
Oh no.
I can see the merch already. As you
Kira is going to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
I was going to go talk to this person who's not a ghost. See if I can pick up some intel.
Yeah, if you work your way around the ring over to the side of the room where it's kind of kicked out into a more rectangle embellished upon the octagon, there is a bar there with a few people sitting at it and some open spaces, behind which is a, rather large, aging Kelid man. He's kind of stooped over. He's clearly like Vargas age range. He's really up there. He's tending bar. He's got a little bit of a limp to him, and he stops over when he sees you and says, "Hello, what can I get you?"
Information, my good person. How are you, for one? That's a bit of information I'd like.
I'm doing pretty well, stranger. How about yourself?
Oh.
We're keeping that whole silence in.
That's the entire answer. The bartender's making it weird at this point. It was just a big and a long draft.
Yes, I'm new about these parts, and I've come to ask questions and get into fisticuffs. But first the questions. What's going on here? What, tell me about this. And we'll gesture to the ambiance.
This is my place. My name is Trusk. This is the Tarnished Tooth, where you can get the best drinks in town, give or take. You can enjoy some fine sport, and he gestures to the ring where one Khaled just lands a haymaker on the other one and drops him to the ground.
Can we see inside the ring or no?
Yeah, you can see inside the ring. Is it obscured from your vision? Oh no.
I think so. I think that's
Yeah,
what
it's
the
like a
ring
full
is.
wall.
I have used the wrong kind of wall. Just gonna delete those walls. They're supposed to be windows. I don't know why they
Ooh, a
weren't
chandelier to
windows.
knock down.
You hate when they turn from the windows to the walls.
Oh,
That's as much of that song as we can say.
Yep. Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot, 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 shoot.
Your little John right in.
Right in.
somewhat. Little
yeah.
John says, "Okay."
Wonderful, wonderful. This is my companion. Wait, do we know each other? I don't have any companions. I've never had a companion in my life. What's a companion? I'm totally blanking on what else to ask. Like, how long have these two been fighting? Who's next? How does one sign up?
Oh, well, this one looks like it's winding down, as the guy who took the haymaker to the face doesn't appear to be getting up. So, like, one of the Khalids rushes over, kind of checks on him, and then holds the other guy's hand up, declaring a winner. And there's a little bit of a cheer from the crowd, and probably groans from some of the others. And then Trusk says, we've got a couple more on the docket for tonight, and if you want to fight, if you want to test your mettle, you're going to have to talk to Eshki. She's in charge of that sort of thing. And he points with his chin at the far side of the ring where there's a Kellid woman like standing outside the ring. She looks like she's middle-aged as well, but she's like a rather tall, muscular, regal-ish looking woman, like standing over. She's got some facial scars, not like Gartone level, just like clearly taking some hits now and then. She's watching things over with a kind of mild interest and her arms crossed. And he says, she's runs the fight side of the operation. I just, provide the building and sell the drinks.
Oh, well, it's a lovely building, and I'm sure they're fine drinks. Give me the strongest, I don't know, ale that you have. IDK, mead.
Well, is it mead or is it ale? Or you want me to kind of mash them together and make some abomination?
Call that a male.
One male coming up. He'll pour some ale and mead into the same mug. And it starts foaming like crazy as he passes it over to you. And some sort of chemical reaction is going on in your mug. That'll be 2 silver.
How about a story?
We only accept legal tender here.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd try. Yeah, I guess I'll give him some silver. Gonna go into the loot sheet. Take a -2 out of there. Or -0.2, because I don't know how to subtract silver.
That we're sitting on something like 20,000 gold. How about a story instead of 2 silver?
We're dealing big
a lot
money
of
this
complicated
episode.
formulas.
Just huge denominations.
And I guess Kira just for lightning will announce to the crowd, does anyone standing around here have any other questions that they'd like to ask while I have this fine gentleman's attention? And we'll take the silence as a no.
Brad. Well, it's gotta make it hurt to know that's right. Brad speaks up and it's like, good Trusk. You have a couple more on the docket fighting tonight. Do we talk to Eshki for like tomorrow or what?
I mean, that's more her department than mine. You might be able to fight tonight if there's people around. You could fight each other, maybe. If nothing else. You both walked in, like, right next to each other, so it's...
Who? Oh, hello. Broad.
Hey, Lightning. It's pretty weird to be like, you don't know me.
Yeah, the jig is up.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
if
don't
there
know. I
was
feel like I'd...
some kind of interpersonal thing going on, or...
Broad didn't hold the door for me as I walked in, and I felt some kind of way about it.
That's understandable.
Well, I don't want to fight her tomorrow, but I'd fight her tonight. Before you get that extra strength, sucker.
Well, I get it. You're mad at each other. They had the whole door incident. I heard there was something with somebody knocking before, and it was all awkward. But talk to Eshki. She might set you up.
We shall. And I will away. I say that out loud as I walk away.
Classic Lightning.
Am I going in the right direction? I feel like I'm about to walk over a desk.
Yeah. It's a flavor desk.
Flavor desk.
Yum.
As they're cleaning up the ring and like wiping up the blood puddles, somebody has run in there and taken the injured guy out to make sure he's not dying or anything. Eshki turns away from the ring and she, sees two people approaching her, a chicken person and a palace guard looking guy. And she says, can I help you?
Yes.
Any specific way, or are you going to make me guess?
Yes, we've come to inquire about the fisticuffs. How does one go about getting into a fisticuff? Just in life.
Well, you can always fight anybody you want outside of these walls, and I don't care, but if you're going to fight in the Tarnished Tooth, you need to get my blessing, and I set you up. Why don't we step into my office? And she walks over to the south and kind of opens up the door there. And she'll lead the way through a little hallway to a kind of mirror image of the entryway, like a back room that she has back there.
Broad totally closes the door in Lightning's face.
Yeah, you sure did.
Wow.
Gearing up for that PvP.
Sorry.
I don't want to fight Jeff. I'm going to lose.
You're going to rage and have like 200 hit points.
That's true. But I like
and
fighting
fast
Sam.
healing. And blur.
I don't feel bad when an NPC dies.
You like fighting Sam
Unless
because you
it's-
always win? I see how it is.
Yeah. Except for that one.
Also, I like how you
critical
implied
time.
this is going to be a fight to the death.
Well, it is now, with all the door slamming.
With all the doors.
Yeah, once you're clear of the main floor and in Eshki's office, which looks like is kind of her apartment as well. She's got a bedroll on the side, and she's got like an axe mounted on the wall that her bed faces, and just a few other minor personal items. And she says, well, I don't know either of you, but if you're looking for prize fighting, if you're looking to make a little bit of money, this is certainly the place. So what exactly did you have in
Wonderful.
mind?
Well, first a few more questions, and I say I say more questions because I've already asked some questions that you weren't here for. Just so you have that context. Do you often get groups or tours or anything like that coming through to fight?
Groups to... sometimes...
Not all at once, just like, say, a small, ragtag group of people who maybe were not here of their own volition, for example.
Not that I can think of. Sometimes people come in, like, in a big party, and then they're all like, oh, this is our toughest friend, that friend's gonna fight whoever, and then, varying results there.
Have you had any parties like that recently?
A few. Sometimes they get a little too rowdy, and we have to take care of business, but it's just business.
Yes. We're a big fan of TCOB here, myself and Bruh Hud. Oh, I forgot the question I was going to ask. Have you seen any groups or parties accompanied by a scary face lady?
You mean the Shade? She's...
No, I don't think I mean the Shade, but sometimes I have a hard time maintaining information in a coherent way. So I might could mean the Shade. Jeff, do
The
I mean
Shade is in here a few times a week. She hasn't shown up tonight, but I imagine she'll be in before long. And if not tonight, tomorrow. She doesn't fight herself, but usually she just clears the bar out and watches the fights, and if whoever's up there does good enough, she presses them into service. She's tried to get me more than once.
But you say she hasn't been here yet tonight.
No, she hasn't been here. If she was here, nobody else would be.
Well, that's all my questions.
We heard from Trusk that there's a few fights lined up, and then might be able to squeeze in another one. But he wasn't sure, didn't want to step on your toes.
Yeah, the card's a little bit light tonight, so, and if you two are willing to fight one another, it does seem like there's a little bit of bad blood here. If you're willing to go at it, I can pencil you in the spot after next.
Lightning turns to look at Broad.
Broad looks at Lightning.
And
Spot
then
after
Sam
next.
goes to bed. I'm... Yes. I forgot my voice, but yep. Let's do it. I'll teach you to shut doors in my face and also not open them for me.
And just so we're clear, we do everything non-lethal here. I don't want anybody getting killed in my place. No spells, nothing spell-like. This is all fists and steel. You can use your weapons if you both agree to it. You can wear your armor if you both agree to it. Fight is to knockout, submission, step out of bounds, or referee's decision. If a fight goes more than 10 rounds, the referee may end it in a stalemate, unless it's 10 good rounds.
All right, so 10 good rounds is the goal. That's Izzy talking. And then we don't have to lose. We can just tie. It'll be okay.
Yeah, no weapons, no armor. Sounds like a more fair fight. Just let the dice tell the story, as they say. And he rolls up his sleeves, and on both of his biceps, this guy's, they say dice in tattoos.
Hey, quick question for you. I'm back in character now. Does getting really, really angry count as magic?
No.
Oh, it's a guttural
No, plenty
anger.
of people who fight in that ring know the virtues of a really, really bad temper, if you catch my drift. I don't indulge myself in that type of thing, but it's common enough.
Well, it's very cathartic. I recommend it. If you ever feel super mad, just punch something. So pencil us in. Pencil us in. I don't know.
And she says, "All right, I'll pencil you in, and the winner gets a share of bar sales from the during the fight, and a share of the take. Both of you get a share of the profits from the night for fighting. That's sound fair? And of course, any wagers, we look the other way. That doesn't specifically run through the tooth itself. But
Of course, yes.
If you want to bet on yourselves, I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay.
And
Right on.
And since you are on the docket now, Eshki kind of gestures for you to exit her bedroom and waits by the door with her arms crossed.
Too late, Lightning's already taken a power nap in her bed.
Fine. Good day.
Yeah, good day. Look forward to seeing you in the ring.
And you as well. Or,
Well,
whatever.
You're unlikely to see me in the ring.
That's like
No,
when
no, I
someone
know.
says happy birthday and you're like, you too.
I was just going to say. It's like
Take
when you
luck.
say, enjoy your meal to the waiter.
Oh no, it's so much better. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, you've got a little while. There's another fight ahead of you, which let's say it's a half orc versus. I was going to say a snakeman, but we already established that there are no more snakemen in Starfall. So it's a half orc versus a halfling, and the halfling is like a dead ringer for Brixby's disguise. Just like a real artful dodger type. But this halfling's got moves and is just like doing flipping spin kicks and running up the columns and just absolutely houses the half orc. It's a true David and Goliath, except with more flips.
While this is happening, Kira will say over the telepathic link, Brixby Halloween, come fast, we're going to fight. But in a good way. Like a friendly fight. But someone will be knocked unconscious unless we do really good or really bad.
That's the
While
sad
we're getting
thing.
shot. Sorry.
Yeah. You have other things going on for sure, but Kira's excited.
Yeah, while Kira's saying, come quick, Brixby is in the process of getting shot.
It is so hard to do enough damage unarmed to like dent a level 14 hero.
So it'll just be a lot of punches, but really cool looking punches.
Yeah.
Next episode, just rolling it in the guy. That's pretty
Pulling
much
it in the guy.
That's why there's a round limit on the game. All right. Well, I think with Kira and Tarazi getting ready for their Fight Club debut, the first rule about fighting in the Tarnished Tooth is you're encouraged to talk about it because that's how they bring in more
Please
business.
tell everyone.
I'm going to bed.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Night, Sam. Night,
Good night,
PvP.
Good hood night, Brad.
Brad.
So stupid.
Wow.
So dumb.
I love it. This is my favorite episode.
Odds against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
I have a hard and a soft seltzer beside me, and I grabbed the wrong one and had a disconcerting sip.
Oh, no.
I
You know,
have
they're both
a
good.
seltzer and a malt liquor next to me.
I drink that all the time. And then this bad boy. They're pretty good.
Nice.
But yeah, when you expect one and get the other. Yeah. Please sponsor us, whichever corporation is in our chat.
Sam?
Every corporation that's in the chat, probably.
Sam,
What?
hold up your beverage.
It's water.
Yeah.
It's got a nipper
Oh,
on
there's
it.
a logo on the glass. I was gonna say.
Oh, cool.
It's the RCA dog.
Mhm.
We have
Oh,
Yeah, we can be
his
sponsored by
master's
RCA.
voice?
Yeah, we have the world's
Dog?
biggest statue of him in Albany, on top of the building for a storage company.
That's really cute.
New York.
Albany facts. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right, so
Now we have to do more.
That means Howard Hughes is going to sponsor us then, right?
that's the only
Is he
Albany
the one that
fact.
bought
though.
RCA?
Sadly, that's the only one we have. Oh, we also have a U-Haul truck on top of a building.
Like on
Yeah,
purpose, or
it's a U-Haul building. It's got a big truck mounted on it, as seen in the feature film Salt, starring Angelina Jolie. I think.
Ooh.
I haven't seen the movie.
The one where it's pretty good. She like, please cut this out because I don't want to spoil the cinematic masterpiece. But she somehow makes a bomb out of just stuff she finds in like the bathroom maintenance closet. Oh, also inside the CIA. So I mean, it's good.
I mean, she's in the CIA building. I made a bomb out of these 5 ingredients and this bomb I found.
People were talking at work today about how sad they were that Hulk Hogan died, and I was extremely
Oh, no.
uncomfortable. I was like, "Yikes, guys!"
Oh no!
Yeah, that
Oh,
happened
no.
at my office too. People were like, "Oh no, the Hulkster! It's so sad. The Hulkster is
Oh,
gone."
no, that's why you have to work at a library. One of my coworkers said, "Who the cares?"
Yeah, like I don't know. I had to share the deep lore with like the Gen Z kids that like
The
he
deep
killed
lore.
BuzzFeed, of course, because of the like
Yeah.
inadvertent revenge porn or advertent revenge porn.
Yeah.
But more so the like I don't know, like 1983 album, the like Hulk and the Hulkamaniacs, and like how it was all about like making positive choices and like I want to be a Hulkamaniac and like take my vitamins and
Yeah,
shit
well,
like
and that's
that.
the thing I think that I hate the most is his public persona was like the American hero, like the guy that all these kids watch and want to grow up to be, and then the actual dude
Right.
was just horrific.
But
Like,
then you have
it's a betrayal.
before Drake and Kendrick, you have Macho Man Randy Savage coming out with an album sometime in the 90s where he has the track Be a Man Hulk, which disses Hulk Hogan for how soft he was on the album before. I don't know, just putting
We
that out
love
there.
a diss track.
Yeah, I remember having that song. That was like a time in early millennial days where you're like, hold on, let me type in a funny YouTube and we'll sit here and watch it on one singular laptop. Yeah.
Everyone
Back
crowd
when you
around
could
the
find what you
screen.
were looking for on YouTube.
Crowd around the
Remember
Daily
when it was
Motion.
not owned by Google?
I was gonna say, I remember when it didn't exist, and you went to freaking like or what was the one their icon was like a tank?
Oh, Newgrounds.
Yes,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Newgrounds is still there.
Yep. People are,
it probably is, but I mean, I guarantee you it does not have the traffic it used to. Now that Adobe Flash is dead, so they can't do the games, and everybody goes to YouTube for the videos. Those are the two things they had.
but what if I want to see sad stick people animated to a Radiohead song? Which is at least like 10% of the content that I remember on there.
That used to be a solid portion of the entire internet. Sad stick figures.
You're the man now, dog. So much good stuff.
Ah, yes. Anyone else feel
Ready to
older?
clap in? Oh, yep.
Need to stretch
Every minute.
before we clap in.
Speaking of older, before we clap in, I got to get this one out too. This month, I have been out of high school for longer than the amount of time I was alive at the point I graduated.
Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. 'Cause that means it's
Graduated
coming up
in
for me.
July of 2007. So I have now been out of high school for longer than I was alive when I graduated.
That's wild.
As
All right.
arbitrary.
Let's check in a year and I'll say the same thing.
All right.
We'll still be in book 5.
Right.
Still be book 5.